Warning: the case you're about to hear was recovered from the restricted British Museum archive. Its contents have never been authorized for public release. Proceed at your own discretion. Case file NOA 1902 EE. Classification: Constable's record. Date of statement: 7th day of November 1588. Location: Worcestershire. Author: John Bradshaw, Constable. Record of the tavern maid: I, John Bradshaw, Constable. Do record events at the Red Lion Tavern. A maid named Catherine worked there serving drink and food. She had been employed 3 months without any trouble. Customers reported that she began speaking in a man's voice. The voice was rough and used language inappropriate for a woman. It spoke of things no maid should know about. It discussed thievery and violence in crude terms. The tavern keeper called me to investigate the disturbance. I found Catherine in the corner speaking to herself. Both male and female voices emerged from her mouth. They argued with each other in harsh tones. The male voice claimed to be a thief who had passed in the tavern. He had been taken by another's hand in a fight years before. His blood had been spilled on the very floor where Catherine stood. Since that time, he had remained in the tavern, unable to leave. He had been searching for someone who might hear him. Catherine had proven sensitive to his presence. Now he could speak through her and tell his story. The female voice was Catherine's own, begging for release. She did not wish to share her body with this rough spirit. The thief's voice laughed at her protests. He said he had been silent too long and would not stop now. He described the fight that ended his life in detail. He named the man who had struck him down. I recognized the name from old records of violent death. The case had never been properly investigated or resolved. The thief's voice demanded justice for his passing. He wanted his killer found and punished, even after all these years. I explained that the killer had likely passed himself by now. Justice could not be served so long after the event. The voice grew angry and threatened violence. He said he would use Catherine's body to seek his own justice. He knew where his killer's family still lived in the village. He would harm them if no other satisfaction was offered. I attempted to reason with the voice, but it would not listen. Catherine's own voice pleaded with me to help her. She felt the thief's intentions and feared what he might do. I called for the priest to perform an exorcism. The thief's voice mocked the priest's prayers. It said a thief had no fear of holy words. It had lived outside God's grace and would continue in death. The priest's rituals had no effect on the possession. The voice remained as strong as before. Catherine was confined to a locked room for her own safety. The thief's voice raged against this imprisonment. It swore vengeance against all who kept it contained. For 2 weeks, Catherine remained locked away. The male voice spoke constantly of violence and revenge. Her own voice grew weaker as the thief's grew stronger. On the 15th day, the door was found broken. Catherine had escaped during the night. She was found at the home of the killer's son. The thief's voice had guided her there in darkness. The son had been attacked, but survived with injuries. Catherine herself had no memory of the attack. She woke to find blood on her hands and no understanding. I was forced to place her in chains for public safety. The thief's voice laughed at my efforts to restrain him. He said he would find other ways to complete his revenge. Catherine remains imprisoned to this day. 2 souls share one body in conflict. One innocent maid trapped with a violent spirit. John Bradshaw, Constable, Worcestershire. 7th day of November, 1588. Archivist's note. Dr. Nathaniel Ashcroft, Court records confirm Catherine's imprisonment for violent assault. No resolution to possession documented. Case demonstrates dangerous potential when violent personality possesses unwilling host. Catherine's ultimate fate lost to incomplete records. End of file. Case closed to public record. The original document remains sealed within the vaults of the British Museum. The NOA archive remains committed to documenting phenomena that defy conventional understanding. These cases are submitted for academic review and further investigation. Further access requires written authorization or curiosity strong enough to ignore the warnings. Until next time, these are the National Occult Archives.